Check out this 2.5 minutes of propaganda from this fascist administration.
Antifa beats journalists. Antifa attacks our police stations. They attack our courthouses. They dox our law enforcement officers. No more. They are a terrorist group, and we are coming after them.
We are here at the White House today to unmask Antifa, to follow the money all the way to the top. If you want to get to the bottom of who is fomenting this chaos and violence in our country, you must follow the money.
I was a mainstream reporter in Seattle for 10 years before I quit mainstream media, in part due to its refusal to acknowledge the dangers of Antifa and radical left-wing violence.
Part of the problem that we have is that a lot of people refuse to believe that Antifa is real. It is just a made-up thing, but I have seen them. They are real, they are dangerous, and they are violent.
They are an organized, systemic, international criminal enterprise. And what the FBI is going to do is trace the money, follow the funds, and find every single person that was involved in funding the riots and the violent acts of criminality that they are perpetrating on our street.
I've watched Antifa brutally beat, harass, and threaten Americans in the street, but all of that ends with the Trump administration.
I was brutally attacked and almost killed by Antifa in the streets of Seattle. All of my colleagues have been attacked. I can't think of a single one who hasn't. Violence against journalists and police officers in our streets can't stand.
Just days ago, I was in the Portland jailhouse, and now I'm in the White House. This administration is built different, and Antifa's days are numbered.
And I want to thank President Donald Trump for designating Antifa a terrorist organization, and I'm looking forward to the FBI and the DOJ hunting down these people like the terrorists that they are.
All I gotta say, it's a bad day to be Antifa.
And Antifa's days of using violence and intimidation against their political opposition are over.
And I've continued to report on them over the years, despite the threats of violence and actual violence that's happened, because I owe a thank you to this country, the United States, for settling my parents who were victims of communism in Vietnam.
1 month ago, Charlie Kirk was murdered by a violent leftist. We all saw it, and we all saw thousands of leftists celebrate it. Antifa symbols were found on the bullet casings of the gun used to shoot and kill my friend.
We won't take it anymore. President Trump is not going to stand for it. And I'm so grateful that we have a leader in the White House that understands how we need to fight these sophisticated networks and how we need to take these terrorists out.
I've been attacked by Antifa, doxxed by Antifa, harassed by Antifa, but we're not standing down. We're now coming for you.
Full-on propaganda from this fascist administration. They're all mixing in, these actual officials, talking all of this madness about who Antifa is, mixed in with these right-wing influencers, these folks that have been given access to go ahead and carry this same propaganda throughout as many MAGA folks as possible. They're building their Hitler Youth. The connections are still from, as we saw Jack Posobiec there mention his friend Charlie Kirk. This is their vision. This is what they wanted to use this for. This is the now calling, as Pam Bondi said, a terrorist group. Where are they? Oh, we're trying to uncover them. Oh, actually, we've been fighting them since forever. Believe me, believe us. Let's go back to our standard starting point for anything that this administration says. Prove it, bro. Always see our lies. Donald Trump, he revealed a little bit as how this whole thing formed. This designation of Antifa, this is how the whole thing came together, as cartoonish as it may sound. This is how he makes decisions that are very dangerous for most people.
Are you going to work with your administration, as the Secretary of State's here, are you going to work with your administration to designate it a foreign terror organization?
You mean a terror?
Antifa? A foreign terror organization.
Well, has that been done? Pretty close, right? Would you like to see it done?
Yes, Mr. President.
You think it would help?
They have foreign links
I'd be glad
all
to
across
do it.
Western
I think it's
Europe.
the kind of thing I'd like to do. If you'd like to, does
Middle
everybody
East.
agree? If you agree, I agree. Let's get it done. Okay? Let's get it done. Marco, we'll take care of it.
Mr. President.
That's international, you mean?
Yes.
International.
Yes, President.
Sounds good to me.
Foreign terror organization.
Steve, are you okay with it?
Yes, it's true. There are extensive foreign ties, and I think that would be a very valid step to take.
Good, I think so too.
Yes.
Good, I think it's a good point.
Donald Trump apparently designated Antifa a foreign. The question was, are you going to designate them a foreign terrorist organization? They don't even know what the they're talking about. A foreign terrorist organization, while at the same time it's a domestic terror organization. Who knows? We're going to label anybody that we dislike or said something, weaponizing and criminalizing opposition and First Amendment free speech rights to just claim that they're part of a terror organization. And, it gets designated apparently like, you choose what pizza they're having. So they're sitting around the round table. It's like, you guys, Pizza Hut or Domino's today? Who wants pepperoni and mushroom? Oh, man, I don't like Hawaiian. What do you think, Marco? Hey, what do you think, Jack? Yeah, I mean, it sounds good to me. Let's do it. Have we done it yet? Let's go. Let's do it. How stupid is this? How dumb are these people? That's how they designate a terror organization. I'm sorry, a foreign terror organization that's compiled of American citizens that they're going to claim are terrorists so they can start killing them. Listen to the way Pam Bondi goes about talking about this terror organization.
We're not going to stop at just arresting the violent criminals we can see in the streets. Fighting crime is more than just getting the bad guy off the streets. It's breaking down the organization brick by brick. Just like we did with cartels, we're going to take the same approach, President Trump, with Antifa. Destroy the entire organization from top to bottom. We're going to take them apart. Thanks to your bold leadership and the designation of Antifa as a terrorist organization, which is exactly what they are, Americans will no longer tolerate their unhinged violence.
It's a clown show. But again, the language that's being used is everything that we've seen and heard before to talk about how dangerous and how we're going to get, but we're spending Americans' taxpayer dollars to go about going and infiltrating regular people and deeming them whatever it is they want. It didn't stop with her. It also bled more into Kristi Noem.
Many times the legacy media has looked the other way, refused to tell the stories. The networks have not really focused on what this is and what damage it is doing to our country, and how this network of Antifa is just as sophisticated as MS-13, as TDA, as ISIS, as Hezbollah, as Hamas, as all of them. They are just as dangerous. They have an agenda to destroy us, just like the other terrorists we've dealt with for many, many years. And today is the day that we have a president that won't tolerate it and will stand up and fight for the American people. So thank you for being here, for being so bold, and for standing in the gap at such a time as this. It will matter, it will make a difference, and your life will be one of significance because of what you've done today.
They're the same as Hezbollah, Hamas, who else? Like MS-13, TDA, ISIS. Just throw shit out there and try and figure out how much more you can scare the people that, first of all, are gullible, and then also convince the people who are on board for being part of your foot soldiers to be like, yo, this is lawlessness in our favor. This is great. Let's go attack people and claim that they're dangerous, like foreign terror cells.
These are agitators, anarchists, and they're paid. And you'll find that out. You'll be finding it out very soon. You should see what we have on these people. These are bad people. These are people that want to destroy our country. We're not going to let it happen. They've used armed gangs to assault local police in cities nationwide, and they've attacked journalists reporting on their crimes. So the journalists that report on their crimes, don't worry, you're very safe. I hope that's not going to turn you around, but they have been very threatening to people, but we're going to be very threatening to them, far more threatening to them than they ever were with us, and that includes the people that fund them. Probably some of the people I know, some of the people I dine with, but if they do, they're in deep trouble. So we're going to be looking very strongly at the people that are funding these operations. When you see the signs, and they're all made out of a beautiful paper, beautiful, nice, stiff, very expensive paper, with beautiful wood handles, all the same color. They come from very expensive printing machines. These are not people that write out their signs in a basement that believe in something. These are paid anarchists.
He's going after the funders is his main point. But first, one of the reasons behind his proof of this well-funded, multi-billion dollars, I guess George Soros is paying for this too, is because they don't have scratched pieces of paper that they're holding signs up with. You know, that paper was a little bit too, it was cardstock of like 2. I don't even know what the cardstock of 2 is, and neither does he. They got wooden handles. They're supposed to have like paper handles, bro. Shouldn't they hold their signs with straws? Signs. He's literally talking about the danger of some kind of group that he's calling Antifa, that is some terror cell network, and his basis of what he's afraid of are some mother signs. The signs are just way too expensive for me. I can't understand it. You know what? They must be getting funded by people that he dines with. Think about the connections they continue to make anybody that's of any kind of importance or has money that are at his level or have some kind of influence, he's going to start labeling them, more of his political enemies, as being the funders of this made up grouping of terror cells that they keep saying is infiltrated the country. Maybe this other moment from Kristi Noem can provide us some comic relief.
One of the individuals we arrested recently in Portland was the girlfriend of one of the founders of Antifa, and that we are hoping that as we go after her, interview her, and prosecute her, we will get more and more information about the network and how we can root them out and eliminate them from the existence of American society.
The case is cracked. It's wide open. Kristi Noem, they tracked down the girlfriend of one of the founders of Antifa. You know, they had a big meeting and the girlfriend was there and she was hanging out and she was about to start, you know, a sister cell called Antifa or something like that. And we've already busted her. So there's no way that she's going to have a chance to open up that next terror cell. The girlfriend of the founder of Antifa. I was going to say they think that their supporters are this stupid, but it's pretty obvious that they know their supporters are this stupid.